afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Hansen here, and welcome to our Global Associate Meeting on today, the 14th of May, I think it is. How time flies. Gosh, we're going to be halfway through the year before you know it. I'm standing in for Dan today, who's traveling. I'm sure Dan will be on with you next week because he's got lots of things to reveal and discuss and let you know what he's been up to actually for the last few weeks, because he's been on a secret mission, as a lot of you will know. Anyway, today's agenda, we have recognition, we've got Mauritius to talk about, and Brazil 2019. Day 7, the digital market service, and also our events. It's not going to be a long webinar today. We're saving a lot of the feedback and pictures and stuff like that from Mauritius till next week, because the media team have only just got back actually, and they literally have thousands, if not tens of thousands of photos to go to, and video footage and all that sort of stuff. But on recognition, this is different, this recognition, because obviously this is normally the segment where we recognize members, you the members who have achieved a new rank advancement, etc. But this is just so big, there was no way we couldn't put it in the recognition section, because over the weekend, as you can see there, your CEO and President, Mr. Dan Anderson, accompanied by Sahel and Wackers and Learcats and other leaders from around the world, were there in Pakistan for the awards ceremony, where Dan actually picked up 2 awards, one personally and one on behalf of the company. So the one that Dan was presented personally was presented to him by the Pakistan finance minister, no less, and that award was for being a brand scientist for the brand of Leo, because he's the guardian of the Leo brand. They gave him a brand scientist award, which was absolutely tremendous news, and it just goes to show that when you run an ethical, logical business, and you always do the right thing by your members, and you're running a real business, you know, not a game, then you can get these sort of big awards. And then the second award that Dan received on behalf of the company was the Outstanding Brand of the Year award in Pakistan for online education. So amazing that now we have 2 more awards to add to the ever-growing collection of awards that come from direct selling associations and all the other chambers of commerce, etc., around the world. But this is so important, not only for our dear friends and members in Pakistan and the adjoining countries, but for everybody across the world, because the Direct Selling Association of Pakistan is recognizing that Leo is a great company. It's a global brand. It has tremendous leadership, and this is really big news. So, you know, hats off to Dan and all of the team, Wackers in particular, for all the work that he does in that region of the Leo world, and to Learcat and all of the team. And as a lot of you will know, Learcat has just achieved another rank, which was announced in Mauritius, so congratulations to him for that as well. So this is great news, and this is all part of the sales kit that you have. So when you're talking to people about Leo and you're talking about, you know, what we do, and they want to know more about us, it's always good to talk about these independently presented awards. You know, these aren't the sort of awards where you can buy them. These are awards that are actually presented to the right companies and the right entrepreneurs, and to have Dan recognized in such a way and Leo in such a way is just an amazing thing to have. So congratulations to Dan, congratulations to Leo, and to all of the members who were at the event in Pakistan, because they were clearly very excited about what they saw. So let's talk about Mauritius. You know, it's gone. I mean, for months and months we were talking about it. Now it's gone. It's history, as they say, but what an event. 8 days, 7 nights of just absolute luxury, all inclusive. The resort was packed. Every single room we had was being used, and there was a party every single night. So it wasn't for the faint-hearted. There was events, there was a sports day, there was the conference day, there was a director's dinner and a director's meal. We had an opening night on the beach where we had a stage built in the sea for the band, and there was a recognition and awards at that, where the recipients of the awards received one of the very first solid gold Leo coins. It was just from start to finish, first class lifestyle experience. And if you were there, I'm sure you'd agree. And if you weren't there, then why don't you have a chat with someone who was there and find out what you missed, because that may well give you the motivation and the inspiration you need to be able to join us for the 2019 Carnival, which we're going to talk about in a moment. Here you can see, you know, the great speakers. So we had Talon, who is an inspirational speaker, has been through great adversity after being knocked off his motorbike and dragged down the road and run over a second time in the same accident, and was paralyzed. And his story moved the entire audience to tears, but it also gave them such a massive boost that it really doesn't matter what life throws at you, it's how you react to it and how you deal with it. And we all have challenges, and your family have challenges, and that's something that we just have to live with, but it's how we react to it that's important, not the fact that we're being thrown a challenge. Mr. David Johnston did a great presentation on Leo Crowd and Leo Tower and all of the developments that are going on there and the exciting things that are happening. Mr. Paul Southworth, OBE, the ex-president of the DSA in the UK and one of our advisory board members, did an amazing presentation on how networking companies quite often hit a brick wall and they're not able to continue to grow and continue to develop. And he was really talking about the brick wall that, you know, did make itself very clear at the beginning of 2017, but the company and the members have managed to work through it, over it, round it, under it, and the company has continued to grow. So it was great to see Paul in action and sharing his decades of experience that he has in the direct sales industry. And then, of course, me here was doing his presentations on the communications and the corporate update and all that sort of stuff. And also Sahel Ramsdan came in from Canada as the CTO to talk to you about what's been going on behind the scenes in that ever magical world of IT that helps us to do a lot of the things that we need to do each and every day. It was a jam-packed agenda. It was such great fun. The food was spectacular. The company was spectacular. And if you didn't go, I don't know what more you're going to need to convince you that you need to be at Carnival 2019, which is in Brazil. I mean, if Leo could get any bigger or any better, this is the place to go. So we're going from Mauritius to Brazil to an absolute dynamite location. It's twice as big as the one we've just had. The resort we have exclusively again. So we're around 756 members will be able to come and join us at that. So nearly double what we actually achieved for Mauritius. So we've got work to do as a team, but I'm confident. And I said this when we were in Mauritius, that each and every one of the guys that were in Mauritius just helped one person to qualify Brazil, and they qualify themselves. Then we've done it. We've hit the target. So here's the problem. If you don't set your goals today and start working today towards qualifying to join us in Brazil, I think you're going to be disappointed. Because even though the qualification period is 1st of May to the 31st of October, we've got to be mindful of the fact that Mauritius completely sold out. We had no places left at all. And the way the business is going right now, the momentum that's been achieved and all of your hard work and effort, then this is going to happen again with Brazil. So don't delay, don't procrastinate, and wait till October to get this done. If I was you, I'd be getting it done right now in May. I would be looking to personally introduce that new member to the team, and I'd work with them and help them and coach them and mentor them to get them to the rank of associate by the end of May, let alone the end of October. Because here's the risk: if you don't do it now, the clock will start ticking, the places will start disappearing, and we'll be in the same position we were with Mauritius, where members were saying, well, I didn't think it was going to sell out, or, you know, I didn't think all the rooms would go. I thought I'd be able to buy a ticket. It's not going to happen, guys. So if you want to be in Brazil, which is one of the melting pots of culture and carnival for sure, then let's get the job done now. Go through your list, recall your list, speak to your prospects and contacts, and get some new people in and get them into production immediately so that you qualify to go with us to Brazil on Leo's 2nd annual holiday, but its 7th global annual conference. Can you believe that? 7 years the company will have been in existence when this event happens. Now, unlike last year, there's no limit to how many tickets you can actually earn. So if you've got yourself and your partner and you both want to go, then all you need to do is introduce 2 new members personally and get them to the rank of associate by the end of the qualification period or when the rooms run out. And then you and your partner can go. If you want to take one of your team with you, then you can do the work yourself. That's up to you. So there's no limit on how many tickets you can achieve. Now, you want more details, do visit the brand new website, brazil2019.learnearnown.com, and there you'll see a great video by me here. And he's actually there at the resort, and you'll be able to see the resort, and there's an outline of the agenda and the speakers and all that other stuff. And I keep going back to that website every couple of weeks because it gets updated all the time. But the most important thing is go look in the mirror after the webinar, and if you want to go to Brazil, tell yourself you're going to go to Brazil, work out what needs to be done, speak to your upline, and get the work done. Don't delay. There won't be any buy-ins for this. This is people that have qualified. And why wouldn't you want to be there? 8 days, 7 nights, all inclusive, in a beautiful resort. All of the people in the resort are Leo members, so there's no members of the public. And you get to spend all that quality time with the executives, the senior leaders of the teams from around the world, and hang out and have some fun and learn. You know, it's all about education, motivation, inspiration, some relaxation, networking with other members from around the world. Why wouldn't you want to be there? This would cost you thousands and thousands of pounds if you were to do it as a family holiday. So why not go for free? And if it's you and your wife and a couple of kids, why not earn 4 tickets so that you can all go? And we had children in Mauritius, which was a great thing to see. So that's where we're off. We'd really love to see you there, but you're going to have to do some work, and you're going to help someone else to be successful so that you can be successful. So now let's look at day 7. Now, we revealed day 7 in Mauritius. We didn't get too technical with it because this is probably the biggest project that Leo will have undertaken in its history. And it's in 2 distinct phases. Phase 1 will take 12 months. Now, you'll see things appearing and stuff starting to work, etc., way sooner than 12 months. But the conclusion of the phase 1 project is 12 months. And then we go into the second phase, and that will conclude within 24 months. And the 2 phases are really there to deal with situations, issues, call them what you like, that exist in the world and affect our business in the first 12 months. And then the second phase is actually to help to reinvigorate and relaunch the Leo Merchant Program. So in the first phase, what we're looking to do is to create an environment where you are able to transfer money, say from the Philippines to the United Kingdom, with 3 clicks on the screen of your smartphone, where you're able to order autosave with Leo Gold with a couple of clicks on your smartphone, where you're able to order product pins, products, seminar tickets, live seminar tickets. Basically, all of the financial transactions that have to happen within Leo around the world are going to get put into one single platform. And that's why it's day 7, because there's 7 elements to it. And also, as you know, Dan said that God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th, but he thinks as entrepreneurs we should work 7 days a week. So there's 7 elements to this. And this is going to absolutely revolutionize the way you do business, because it's going to remove a lot of the roadblocks that you may have had in the past when certain countries where it's tremendously difficult to even transfer money to a bank account and all the other stuff you need to do when you're selling our products or you're helping a new member to develop their team. So there's going to be more on this over the coming weeks, and we're going to gently release the information. Now, this doesn't mean, however, that you now stop still and wait for day 7 to be launched, because that would be a really silly thing to do, because day 7 is not a product. It's an enhancement to the way that Leo does business around the world. It'll make your life a lot easier, and it will generate profits for any of you that are lucky enough to be pre-shareholders for Leo Banking. So this isn't a wait and see thing. This is coming, but it is an enormous undertaking because nobody's done what Leo is about to do. This will be a world first as regards to what's going to be created. So do keep coming on the webinar so you get more and more briefings and updates as things start to move forward. But don't now go into stall mode and stop developing your team thinking, well, I'll wait for day 7, because that actually would be a very crazy thing to do. So talking about expanding your team, one of the things that's come out of Mauritius very loud and clear is that now throughout the world, people are combining a gold pack with the DMS. Now, obviously, you need to be a bronze member to purchase a DMS anyway. But what members are seeing as a real good way to introduce a new team member is they are presenting to them a gold pack, be it a 1 month, 4 month, or 12 month. And then once they've purchased that, they've obviously gone bronze. So then they're able and they're qualified to order a digital market service. Now, the digital market service has been a runaway success. I mean, yes, we know it's got 1,000 BP and RP and all the other things that go with it. But really what it is it enables anybody, regardless of their experience, to actually be involved in the mining for cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And they don't need to know at all how it works, or they don't need any expertise technically to do it. They don't even need a computer, because the team at the Leo Digital Market Service are experts in their field, and they've got rows and rows and rows and rows of computers that are constantly mining, and they're mining for altcoins that they believe they will be able to market and sell and make a profit, etc. So really it's taken away all the hassle, so that even our great granny could now be mining for cryptocurrency if they choose the digital market service. And if you combine it with a gold pack, it's very powerful, because it's got a great story, it's got a great value proposition, because you've got gold that's very stable. Everybody knows gold is worth investing in and buying. Everybody knows that gold goes up in price eventually. It has peaks and troughs, of course it does, but it is not like a cryptocurrency where it's very up and down, unless it's Leo coin, of course, because that's nice and stable. But when we look at Bitcoins and things, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. But of course, then you have the potential to make a lot more money. When you combine the two, what you're really offering is some stability and some growth with gold, and you're offering the excitement and the potential large profits of a cryptocurrency. And for those of you that have already purchased the DMS, you've done very well. The payouts in the first 3-4 months have been tremendous, and I really doubt that most of us would be able to get those sort of returns if we were doing the mining from home on our own, let alone we need the electric and the hardware and all the expertise to do it. So if I was you, when you're looking for your new person in your team in the next couple of days to help them get to associate so you can go to Brazil, I'd be talking to them about gold and about learning and earning and owning and the DMS service. I'd put all of those together in one presentation. Now, if you purchase your DMS in May, so up until the 31st of May, then your first payout will be at the end of August. So the reward will come at the end of August, because your contract will actually start on August the 1st. And there was a lot of discussion about this when we were in Mauritius. People saying, can't you do it faster? And me here really gave a great presentation and explanation why not. And the reason is that if the company was to go ahead and buy 1,000 servers on the basis we think we're going to sell 1,000 packages in the next 2 weeks, well, that's okay. However, what happens if we don't, and those servers sit there doing nothing, and then when we make them live in a month's time or 2 months' time, the server now is old technology. And what we prefer to do is to sell the package. We then order the latest and the greatest server that's available in the marketplace, and that has a process that takes 8 weeks or so to get the product in, get it set up, and get it mining. So this actually is the best way to be mining, using the very latest technology, because the technology that's used, the hardware, goes out of date literally as fast as it comes off the factory floor. And then once it's actually mining, it has a very short shelf life. So we don't want to reduce it so you could buy it today and start mining tomorrow, because you'd actually be using old, outdated technology. We want you to have the very latest technology. So combine gold with the DMS, learn, earn, own. You can explain that with gold and the DMS. It's a great combination, and it means that your new member can participate from all of the different compensation plans that are available within the Leo ecosystem. So let's look at a live seminar that the leaders and members have held in Fujian in China. And this live seminar was to small to medium-sized businesses. And they came along so they could understand how Leo Coin works, how Leo works, how the marketplace works, and why they should really consider offering their products, goods, and services to our members and accept Leo Coin, etc. And this is starting to gain quite some momentum in mainland China. We're seeing these meetings happen on a weekly basis. We're seeing businesses joining on a weekly basis. There are even members in Mauritius who had booked their flight to Mauritius with a Leo coin merchant, because they're in China. They have a national travel agency that now accepts Leo coin. Isn't that exciting? So now the members are able to start using their coin to product all sorts. Another one was a chicken farmer. You can order chicken and food and massages and nails. Oh, you name it, they've got it. So I think this is something that I spoke to Stone about. I had a meeting with him in Mauritius and said, you know, it may be that we need to do a little tour of China, and then we need to tour some other key countries as well, so you can share your experience of working with the members and how you guys are getting such success with the Leo Merchant program. So stay tuned for that. As soon as we know dates and we've got an idea of schedules, once I've spoken to Wackus and Wendy and the leaders in the field, then we will start to put together a plan of action so that you can learn firsthand from Stone, who obviously, as you know, lives in Canada, but the majority of his team is in mainland China, who is actually developing the Leo Merchant program very, very quickly and getting great results as he does. So next event. So we've got 2 more momentum events coming up. Saturday, 26th of May, Ivory Coast, Africa. The video, the promotional video for that's on Leo TV. Tickets are only £10, okay? And if you're going to send a prospect along, then do email events@welcometoleo.com so that Emma and the events team know that there's a prospect coming along. They can be greeted and, you know, make sure they're looked after, etc., etc., etc. If you're not in the country yourself, this is a great way to expand internationally, because you can send your prospect along. They're going to have a great time at the event, and then when you call them, they're obviously going to want to join your team. So if you know anybody that knows anybody in the Ivory Coast area, get them along to that event on Saturday, 26th of May. Tickets are limited, guys, so I wouldn't delay on that one, because you're going to be disappointed and you won't get tickets. Take action today if you know anybody in that area. And then the following day, I'm not sure how they're pulling this off, but anyway, the following day we'll be in Cameroon. So if you know anybody in that area, exactly the same deal. Tickets are only £10. They're going to have a great event. And, you know, the Cameroonian team and the Ivory Coast team are a very, very excited team. So to send your prospects along to that would be a very smart thing to do, because they're going to see, you know, a room on fire. 500-600 seats, I think, is the maximum at each of these venues. So we've got big teams there anyway. So know any prospects, send them along. Email events@welcometoleo so that everybody knows that they're coming. Okay, so next big trip, 5th to the 9th of October. The executive trip is in Morocco. You might be thinking, well, why do I even want to qualify for executive? Well, you know, it's the major step to go from being a member into leadership. And it also means that you qualify to go to the executive trip, this one being Morocco. You need to reach executive by the 30th of June. So you've got, you know, a couple of months to do it. That's plenty of time. We've had people go director in 30 days. So if they can do that, you can go executive in plenty of time. And if you don't know why you should set that goal to be at the executive trip and reach the rank of executive, speak to your upline who have already done it. They will be able to explain to you why you should put in the extra effort to be there and join that event. Yes, it's a lifestyle event, but it's more than that, because you'll get to experience the Moroccan lifestyle, but you'll also get to hang out with Dan and me here and all of the executives of the company and other members who have all done exactly the same thing as you have. This is really a change event for you and your business. So all you've got to do is reach executive by the 30th of June, and you can come with us to experience Morocco. And all of these executive trips are just unbelievable, first class all of the way. So the call to action, I said it was going to be short. First one, if you haven't bought your Leo Gold Pack to qualify for the Gold Compensation Plan so you can be trained and licensed to market the autosave products, do so. You know, what are you waiting for? Leo Gold is an integral part of our business now, and it underpins all of the Leo banking products and day 7, in fact. You'll learn more about that. So if you haven't already ordered your own Gold Pack, do so. Digital market services available through your back office. Remember, you need to be bronze to purchase it. And if you're helping a new member, then they will need to have one of our value packs, gold or otherwise, before they can actually purchase the digital market service. And if you buy in May or you sell in May, then the owner of that account will start to get the reward in August. Use gold and the DMS combined is a very powerful message when you present it in the right way. Qualify for Morocco if you haven't qualified yet at the executive rank. You know, that's something that can be done very, very quickly if you plan your work and work your plan. Qualify for Brazil. It says 2017 there. That's funny. Qualify for Brazil in 2019. Don't delay it. Don't think, oh, I've got till October, so I'll just put it off. Summer's here now, so why do I want to be working? Get it done. Get it done now so that you can put it to bed. You know you've qualified, and then you can go on and qualify a couple of more times to get some more tickets if you so wish. But do visit the Brazil website so you can see what the event's all about. And lastly, buy your tickets to ensure that you and your team and your contacts, etc., benefit from those two events, Ivory Coast and in Cameroon. That's the last of Momentum Tour, which has been such a success. Started off in Turkey, then went to China, and is now headed for Africa. So make this week count. You know, success is something that doesn't come knocking your door. You have to go chasing it yourself, but you can do it. You know you can do it. There's been so much positive news and movement over the last few months, and the business is in such great shape. And why wouldn't it be in the hands of someone as experienced as Mr. Dan Anderson? And that's why he's been rewarded with those awards in Pakistan. You know, when you're following a leader who knows where they're going, success is as guaranteed as it's ever going to be. But we have to do the work. We have to put the work in. We have to help to expand the Leo brand, and we have to stay true to ourselves, to our dreams, our plans, and our goals. So have a fantastic week. Make it count. And I guarantee you one thing, if you buy that idea, I'll definitely see you all over the top. Take care.